how did you get into Cambridge? Are your friends jealous or?
What tips do you have for writing a personal statement?
How good, guys, just made it to Cambridge. Cambridge, the reason why we're in Cambridge is because like London is amazing, London Eye, Big Ben, everything, although it's in maintenance, it's still amazing, but too mainstream. I like things to be different, hence Cambridge one-day tour. Look at how beautiful it is. Literally wherever you go, you take a picture, can win an award. Good? Hi guys, enjoy. And also,
why are you saying hi to them? Because they're Asian?
Also, one more no, because he said hi to me. It's
he
nothing
did not
to
say
do.
hi to you.
It's nothing to do.
He was filming himself.
No,
he
was like good.
Ask him if he said hi to you.
Okay. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Did you say hi to me?
Okay. Very good.
Thank you. Don't fall. 你係咪香港嚟㗎？
係啊，你香港嚟玩啊？
係啊。點諗到喺呢度煮麵嘅？
點諗到？我喺度好耐㗎啦，嚟咗20幾年啦。
係咩？好似咧啲外國人嗰啲嘢食咧，喺呢啲天氣冇乜啱食嘅嘢，都係想食翻碗麵。A lot of people might argue this is not the best time to visit the UK, but I beg to differ. It's a great time to see the UK. I mean, it's quite cold and it gets rainy. I mean, England rains all the time, so it doesn't really matter. But with a nice little hot drink in your hand, overcast weather, see the nice British architecture, it's amazing. Are they fighting? Are they fighting? Okay, so obviously I didn't study in Cambridge. And did you study in Cambridge? Also no.
We are now going to go speak to some students to find their tips and tricks and just what their lives are like while studying here.
They are like some of the smartest people in the UK or even in the world. And
we didn't quite crack the invitation to study here.
But it'd be nice to talk to them and ask them like what their tricks are to come and study here. How did they come and study here? What did they do? Why do they deserve that? How can we do the same? Or how can you, watching at home, do the same?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
浙江 province
啊，你们是浙江来的。
Yeah.
今天的问题是你们怎么考进来的？
就是服装作品集啊，类似于升大学的作业，就是让学校看你的 level，
然后通过英语测试。
哦，那不用考试吗？不用那种什么高考很高分那种吗？
啊，因为我们是艺术生，剑桥有很多学校，都是剑桥教育集团下面的学校，但是我们的大学不是说像那个剑桥大学那么牛。
我们是他分下来的艺术学院。
They're not really from Cambridge. They are actually like some subsidiary programs offered by Cambridge, but they're still Cambridge. So if you want to come and study, send them a WeChat or something and ask them about the details.
What is their WeChat?
Let me go ask. Where are you from?
England.
So you study in Cambridge?
I do.
How did you get into Cambridge?
You apply, you get interviewed, you do well enough at the interview, you then take your A-levels in England, and then you do well enough at your A-levels, and that's...
How well are we talking about? How good?
Natural sciences, which is my course, you have to get 2 A stars and an A is the usual offer. And so pretty much all of us got like 2 A stars and A, 3 A stars, 4 A stars, depends on how many A-levels you did.
What is it like studying in Cambridge? Are your friends jealous? Or?
I don't really have time to speak to them.
So if you were to give one tip to the audience to get into Cambridge, what would that be?
Yeah, just wing it. Do as much work as you're comfortable with. If it's right for you, you'll probably get in. If it's not right for you, you probably won't get in.
Usually people would do all these exams and get really good marks, and you ask them for advice. They're just like, yeah, just wing it, just go with the flow. But actually, back home, they study 10, 15 hours a day, but they would just tell you, yeah, just wing it, just wing it. What do you study?
I study English. You do have to have quite a lot of luck to get
Okay.
I kind of did a lot of reading beforehand.
Do you think you study hard for Cambridge before you got in?
Well, I mean, not really any harder than like other my friends and stuff until A-levels. I applied here and I got an offer, and my offer was quite high.
Yeah.
And I had to like work really hard to get it right because I wasn't like on track at all for like what I was offered.
In Hong Kong, when I was doing my entrance exam, I studied maybe 10 hours a day.
I don't think I studied 10 hours a day. I think I did less than that.
Work smart, not hard. And see who's in Cambridge now.
I don't know if you had study leave. So I had like over a month at home to kind of work. And that was a point when I did do quite a lot. Before then, I kind of did like bits and bobs.
Okay.
How do you not just like procrastinate all the time?
Oh, I did. I think you kind of need pressure. Like I started to panic a bit when it got close, and then I almost like forced me to work.
So you mean like the night before the exam?
Not quite that late.
That's literally me.
I kind of broke the day down into like very small chunks, like half an hour at a time, and that way like you don't set yourself a massive like target like to achieve through that day. Oof, one tip. I think ask yourself why you want to go to that specific place, and that in itself should be like the motivation. And I just love like the place itself, like.
Nice pops.
So yeah, lovely pops. Yeah, quite dangerous actually. But yeah,
why is it dangerous?
Well, you spend all your money.
Yeah, true. The biggest student expense, alcohol. You do spend all your money in the pub when you study in like England, or because I went on exchange in Ireland. Every time people get off school, they just go to the student pub, and then it's not like it's cheap there. It's like €5-6 for one pint, but all the students would just congregate there and spend like 4 or 5 hours there, and maybe like 10 pints per sesh.
I hope you're enjoying the Cambridge video. I wanted to interrupt it very quickly just to let you know that Torres and I have partnered with Lingoda once again. We are very happy to be bringing you guys an amazing deal with them. So I know for myself, the more Chinese I speak, the more fluent I get. So I've recently started forcing Torres to speak Chinese with me every day. Torres, how do you say I'm a wonderful girlfriend in Chinese?
我男朋友好靚仔.
我男朋友好靚仔.
Exactly.
Wow, easy. But who needs a boyfriend when you have an online platform like Lingoda? So now it is your turn to have an intensive language course. Lingoda is offering 2 campaigns for the 4th consecutive year. One is the Super Sprint and the other is the Sprint. The Super Sprint means you attend 30 classes per month, and the Sprint means that you attend 15 classes per month for a total of 3 months. For the Super Sprint, if you do attend all 30 classes per month, then you'll get all of your money refunded. And for the Sprint, if you attend all 15 classes per month, then you will get 50% of your money refunded. So now it is your chance to do these intensive classes with native teachers. Right now they're offering English, French, German, Spanish, and Business English. And this will be across all proficiency levels. Sign up before the 19th of December and pay the €49 deposit. So use our promo code SPRINT51, which will get you €10 off the deposit. So just click the link in the description to sign up. I have tried the French class and I found the teacher to be really professional. Probably the best part about it is you can do it from anywhere, whether that's your bed, a couch, a car. All you need is a trusty old laptop and some Wi-Fi.
I do medicine. I do literature.
What is the hack to get into Cambridge?
If you get an interview, make sure to talk about your thought process. Don't just think in your head, but think out loud.
Do they ask you very tricky questions like what they do at Google? That kind of stuff?
I guess it's going to depend which subject you do, so it's not so much about trickiness of question as it's going to be phrased in a way that maybe is going to take you by surprise.
Can you give us an example?
There were 2 statements. One was a certain philosophical attitude to literature, and the other one was like antithesis of that, the opposite argument of that, and you were supposed to argue against one without using the classic argument against it, just something that they want to see you kind of do something with.
But I mean, do they just want to see you grapple with that and see how you approach it rather than expecting you to have the right answer?
Yeah, and I think that's why, like what Eduardo said about not being too intimidated is really important, because they're not looking for you to come up with like the definitive answer.
Yeah, I remember in my interview they kind of led me to the right answer. At the end I felt like I'd actually learned something out of my own interview.
You guys have sold me. I'm applying to Cambridge, I got this. Well, good luck. We'll see you next year. We also just reflect on the fact that it's like so cold.
African girl can't handle British weather.
My feet are actually frozen.
Can you tell your feet not to be cold?
Can I? Can you tell your feet to go away?
Can you go away, feet?
I'm dead. I'm actually... I'm cramping.
Oh my god.
That's great, thanks.
Stretching for Georgia. So do you study in Cambridge?
I do study in Cambridge.
What do you study?
I study Anglo-Saxon, Norse and Celtic, which is kind of early medieval history.
Oh, I didn't even understand what that was.
You lost me at Anglo-Saxon.
You lost me. What is Anglo?
I'm a master's student in film, so it's kind of research, but only a year long.
Okay, was it hard to get to do what you do?
Reasonably difficult, but I'd say it's definitely doable if you've got the grades, basically.
In undergrad?
Yes.
So your first honour, presumably?
Yeah, you had to write an application form.
Okay. So they won't look at, maybe you play football, you're like a rugby player.
Yeah, well, they ask you about your extracurricular life as well, and you had to write a personal statement.
I heard if you drink beer very fast, they will accept you. Is it true?
Oh, I didn't put that, but I don't know. If you put, I can't. I don't know. Maybe if you did put that, you could. You should try.
I should.
What tips do you have for writing a personal statement?
You don't have to be like a superhero. You just have to be a normal person.
Okay.
But also, you have to be a normal person outside of your study, basically. You don't have to be like the captain of every team that you've ever been on. You just have to show that you've done something other than sit in the library all day.
Bologna, they have the spaghetti bolognese.
We do.
Oh yeah?
I'm doing a dissertation on the syntax of Italian gestures.
Oh! How did you get into Cambridge as an Italian student?
So I went to school in Ireland for a year, and this person came to talk about British university.
Yeah.
And then I heard Cambridge had a really cool linguistics program, so I thought I'd apply. But I thought it would be a bit too posh or too hard for me.
Yeah.
And then I came for my interview, and I met fabulous people.
But what test did you do to come in?
To come in, I came here, did an interview, just a personal interview by myself.
Yeah. But did they not have to look at your grades?
They did, but that's for my Italian, my final exam in Italy.
So you must have done well in Italy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
I had to get 98%.
98%? But Italian people don't come across as very studious. Because I went to Italy, everyone just sipping on Aperol Spritz and...
That's true. Because in Italy the system is very different. Because a school is short, just 8 to 1. Middle school and high school are both short.
I should be studying in Italy.
I studied a good chunk of the afternoon. Yeah. I'm studious enough, but I'm also about being happy. So work and happiness have to go together.
Work and Aperol Spritz need to find a balance.
Yes, exactly.
When you speak to the people in Cambridge, you can tell they're very logical, the way they talk and just the way they follow up on your conversation and your chat. It's just very sociable in general.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
All of a sudden I'm like, oh, hello, my name is Georgia. Listen to, I'm very articulate.
They might study very hard, but they also have a very good balance. Aperol Spritz, few drinks.
Yeah, I mean, I would fit right in. I don't mind studying a little bit and enjoying life a lot a bit. And
yeah, but I'm sure you don't mind. But would Cambridge mind? Oh, why don't we knock on the door of the president?
Let's go to admissions. Hi, I'm Georgia. I would like to join.
So guys, I just asked a very important question for you guys, or if you guys are interested, because I'm sure you're a foreigner. So I asked a Korean student if it is particularly more difficult for foreigner to come and study in Cambridge compared to the local students. And surprisingly, he said no. Apparently, it's a fair competition between British students and other students. They will convert your grade to make it comparable with the local British A-level. Except for medicine, they reserve more quota for UK students. .4 p.m. in Cambridge, quiet, dark and cold.